guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So if you watched my previous video, if you didn't, go and watch it. You might know that I am currently in the process of packing up my house, hence the stuff everywhere, and looking for somewhere else to move to and just have a fresh start. And so that involves, for a picky person like me, that involves viewing lots of different properties, and one that I viewed today was an experience, to say the least. So the advert online said 1-bedroom apartment. I would prefer 2-bedroom, but I've been viewing 2 bedrooms, and if there's a 1-bedroom that's like reasonably priced, I've been viewing those as well. So it's a 1-bedroom apartment, right? I got there for the viewing and I walked in the door, and as soon as I walked in the door I was like, this is not for me. It was one room that was absolutely tiny. I don't know what like magic they use to make houses and rooms look absolutely huge on the pictures, but this looked like a massive bedroom, massive living room. This was a bedsit that was no bigger than this room. In fact, it was probably even smaller. It had a bed, couch right next to the bed, wardrobe about that far away, like about that much walking space between the bed and the wardrobe, and then the kitchen was in the same room, then a tiny little shower. Imagine like when you go on a plane, like an aeroplane toilet. This is how small the little shower room was. And so as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, I thought there was going to be another room. It was like, yeah, a few people have said that. I've had a few viewings today, and a few people have said they thought there was going to be another room, but no. So I think he just advertised it wrong. I don't think he was trying to scam anybody into getting a 1-bedroom, getting this bed set and marketing it as a 1-bedroom apartment. Anyway, so I thought, I don't want to waste his time. So I said, yeah, this is not for me. And he said, well, do you want us to show you the like communal room? And I was like, not really. And he was like, well, I'll show you anyway. So anyway, he showed me the back garden. He showed me that there was like a laundry room, and then there was a room that had like the electric meters and stuff like that in, and both the rooms had like spare furniture. And he was showing me in this one room with the electric meters that if there was furniture in the flat, I'd already told him I didn't want the flat, but he was like, if you do decide to get this apartment, whatever, there's furniture here from the previous owners that they've left that we can like swap them out or whatever. So I was like, right, okay. And I'd been shopping for birthday stuff for one of my family members, and I was carrying like a few bags and then like a box here, and he was like, there's a backpack here that somebody left, do you want that to carry your stuff? And I was like, well, that's kind. Usually I would say no, but I was just like, he was like, here, have it. And so I took the backpack. I found a diary in there. Now listen, I am not one for reading people's diaries, but I read the first page. I couldn't not read it, so I've read a pretty decent amount of it on the train on the way home, and I couldn't not read it out. Using all of spooky stuff, you're gonna wanna know what's in this. Also in this bag was this red jacket. I did tell him that there was stuff in the bag when he gave us it, and he just said that it was just going to go in the bin. He said, so just have it. And I told him that there was a diary there, and he said, it's fine, just take that as well. So I did, and curiosity killed the cat, because I absolutely was startled when I read what was in there. But this jacket, it does smell a little bit mothbally, but I actually like it. It's like a little, it's a little bit short on me. It's kind of like a crop. I could wear it as like a crop jacket. But yeah, I like it. So anyways, yeah, I didn't read the whole thing. I just skimmed through and skipped a couple of pages, and save this to read with you guys. So it dates all the way back to 2013. I don't even remember myself from 2013 or what I was doing. First night in my new flat, missing home already, but no, this is what I need to do to break the cycle. The flat is small and there is no separate bedroom, which means I'll be spending all of my spare time in here in the same room, apart from when I'm in the bathroom. So this is about the flat that I viewed today. So he must just always say that it's a one bedroom flat. I don't know if he understands. It's not, it's a bed set. Anyways, which will take some getting used to, but it's okay for now. I'm going to finish unboxing the rest of my stuff and get an early night because tomorrow I'm going out to find a job and I'm not coming back to the flat until I've found one. The train station is at the end of my road, so this is why I've viewed this flat, because the train station's at the end of the road. So that's the first place I'm going to try. Speaking of trains, a lot of our guys got off the train at the same stop as me, so hoping I'll get talking to one of them if I see them out and about. Might help me get over Jake, as he still won't talk to me. So the first one was the 28th of the 1st, 2013. This is the 29th, so the next day. Went out looking for jobs today and must have given out about 60 CVs. The woman on the desk at the train station was really nice, which was a surprise because when I was waiting in the queue, she looked like a bitch-faced bitch. Bought a bottle of vodka on my way home, so I'm feeling good. Still haven't heard from Jake, so he can suck off that one. He stinks of piss anyway. This is me when, this is what I'm like when I go through a breakup. That's what I think's going on. A breakup, Jake must be the person's partner. Passed what I think was a gay bar earlier, so I'm tempted to go and check it out. Woke up to missed calls this morning. This is the 1st of the 2nd, so the next month. Woke up to 2 missed calls this morning offering me interviews. One was for the train station and the other was for Heron Foods. Heron Foods, I've not seen one of those in a while. Would prefer the station so I can people watch, but I'd be happy with either just to pay the rent, because I spent all of my next month's rent when I was out the other night going for that's me every night, every time I go out. Going for food with Josh later. He seems sweet but a bit clingy. I've only known him a couple of days, but I already feel smothered, and I think he went through my phone last night while I was asleep because he asked me who Jake was. So what I've gathered from this is that this is a gay boy who's moved away from home and moved into that flat and is now sort of like living life. Got the job at the station, ! I start on Monday, can't wait to start making some money and actually have something to do. Still nothing from Jake. Met my landlord today, honestly lovely guy and seems like a bit of a loner like me. Mum rang me today, not from the area that I'm from. Mum rang me today to see how I was, going to visit closer to summer. Things to work on: decorate flat, so there's like a little list. Decorate flat, make friends, save up for a car, start working out. Now we're on at the 6th of the 2nd. First day of my new job done and dusted. Creepiest place ever, but it pays the bills. At least 3 people shouted at me today because they, in capital letters, missed their trains. I can't see myself lasting long in this job if I have to be nice to people who are stupid enough to think that it's my fault that they've got there too late to get their train and tell me their life story as to why. Do you think I give a fuck that there was traffic on the way here? Or that you thought it was at 20 past and not 10 past. Got body again and I'm off tomorrow. So, probably already had a couple of drinks by the sounds of it for that chapter. Woke up with a guy this morning. I had no idea how I got there or where I'd met him, but when I woke up, he made me a bacon sandwich, first class service, and a cup of tea. I felt awkward and I didn't know what to say to him, so I got ready to go home. Couldn't find my shoes anywhere, and neither could he. No idea what happened to them, but I'm off to bed early to get rid of this hangover in time for work tomorrow. Might last 2 days now. Just finished work and had the weirdest experience. So the station is really old and creepy. I can vouch for that. The fact that the station's really old and creepy. It's like gothic sort of building with like a dome over the top, gothic dome, and then they've like modernised it with like a WH Smiths and stuff like that. Creepy. You have to walk through kind of a tunnel to get to this corridor where the staff room is, and there's a particular door with no sign or anything on it, and I could have sworn someone said my name when I walked past it, but when I answered back, nobody replied. Terrible handwriting, whoever you are, and the door was locked. There's a humming sound coming from it, so I think it's electrical stuff or a machine in there. Anyway, the other people who work there don't seem very friendly. Nobody seems to talk to each other than there was a man sat in the staff room staring around the room like he was staring into space, but he looked scared and like the life had been drained out of his eyes. Jake still hasn't been in contact, and I'm wondering if he's found someone else now. Feeling so alone here now, which I knew might happen, but I had to do this. So he's feeling alone. I'm guessing that his ex is Jake. Yes. So his ex won't talk to him. He's got no friends. He's working somewhere creepy. But, you know, I'm hoping that it's going to get better. Surely it's got to. Nothing to report today apart from the fact that they were drilling outside this morning, which woke me up, and I was dreading work, but it wasn't actually that bad. However, the front desk lady hasn't turned up the past few days, and nobody can get in touch with her. Her job has already been posted on the board in the staff room after just a few days. Makes me wonder if anything ever happened to me here. How long would it be until anyone found my body? My old friends and family don't even know where I live, and I have nobody here. Pretty sad. Work is going okay still, so 1st of the 3rd. Pinch punch 1st of the month. Work is going okay still. Haven't made any friends. Someone says my name every time I walk past that door at work. It sounds almost like a robot or a weird recording. Creepy. I walked past it with my manager today and he said he didn't hear it. Went through one of my bags I haven't unpacked since I got here and found Jake's jacket that he was wearing the night we first met. I can still smell this. So this is Jake's jacket. It's a bit creepy actually that I'm like, I've wore this. The night we met, I can still smell the smoky smell from the fire pit and a little bit of Lynx. Wearing it right now and pretending it's him giving me a hug. Does it smell of fire pit and Lynx still? Actually, there is like sort of a smoky, mothbally like smoky smell to it. That's just giving me shivers. I feel like that's, if I put that on, I'm going to turn into this person or something. I can hear the TV from the flat above. Sounds like they're watching Bates Motel. I must get myself a TV to drown out the nothingness that has become my life. Vodka and gay bar time, I think. And then we've got, looks like a chat of some sort. 7th of the 3rd, 2013. Not a lot to say apart from write my feelings down. So we've got alone, pointless, empty, everything is grey, nothing has flavour, bland, monotonous, heavy, dark, numb, detached, suffocating. 15th of the 3rd, 2013. Finally made a friend at work, and it's the girl from the shop. It kind of feels like we're in a game and everybody else who works at the station is in black and white and we're the only ones in colour and we just get each other. I'm taking her to the gay bar this weekend, feeling a little more positive today. See, I knew it would get better. Everything is still shit, but at least I found someone to mourn to other than this diary. I knew it would get better, but not for long from the little bit that I've read. So the weird door at work has slightly opened a crack when I walked past it yesterday. There was a yellow glow coming out of it and that machine humming sound. I pushed it open and there was a long corridor with yellow 70s looking wallpaper. I went in and the corridors seemed to go on for ages. Different corridors that all looked the same. The lights kept flickering every couple of minutes. It smelled like the Love Boat ride at Blackpool. A bit feisty. I totally know the smell of this. It's like when you go in like a pet shop that sells lizards and stuff, and you can smell like mouldy, feisty, like damp. That's what the Love Boat ride at Blackpool smelled like. I don't think it's still there now. A bit feisty and damp. It was like a whole other building inside the station. I felt like I needed to find something in there, like I was a player in a game and I had a mission to complete. I didn't find anything, but I felt like there was something waiting round every corner for me. 1st of the 4th, so this is like, 10 days or whatever after. I've been going to the doctors, so the pen ran out at the bottom here when it said I didn't find anything, but then it looks like they started with a different pen and it ran out when they were trying to write, and then there was a completely different like gel pen there. I don't know why that information's relative, but it just seems creepy how this person's trying to like explain something weird that's going on and the pen keeps running out. Okay, now on to the 1st of the 4th, 2013. I've been going to the doctors twice a week. I'm scared to tell any of my friends and family in case they think I'm making it up for attention. I also hope one day when something happens to me that someone finds this diary so they can see what I've been going through on my own, scared to speak out. Something kept drawing me back to those weird corridors, wanting me to find it, and one of the times I did. Spooky. Most of the corridors were reasonably clean, yellowish 70s wallpaper with dull coloured carpet and flickery dull and fluorescent lighting. But deep in the winding system of corridors was a darkened one. The walls were mouldy and the floor was damp. I stood at the entrance of the corridor and it's like my hearing got amplified by 1,000. I could hear my heart beating, the feisty air filling my lungs and the blood pumping in my head. Even the mosquito buzz from the lightning stopped. I wish, capital letters, I had just fucking turned around and fucked off when I had the chance to. But no. I walked slowly down the corridor as the air pressure built and built until I felt like I couldn't breathe. I started to hear breathing, and at first I thought it was my own, but I could still hear it when I held my breath. There was someone there. I felt a wet drip on my arm. I looked up. Need I even say anything? This looks like, I don't even know if I can look at it for too long. It looks like that's the fluorescent lighting by the looks of it, and there's something on top of it looking down. No thank you. It followed me out of there. No matter where I go or what I'm doing, it's there. I always expect people to react to seeing it, but they don't. It's only me who can see it, and even when I close... I swear to God, I just saw a spider go down and then back up again. I always expect people to react to seeing it, but they don't. It's only me who can see it, and even when I close my eyes, I can feel it staring at me. It won't speak back to me. It won't do anything other than stare at me. I don't see it when I'm in the mirror, and it doesn't have a shadow, but it has a smell. Moist, damp, dust, death, rotting, mould, old stuff. Nice, kind of like the jacket. It's watching me write this right now and just staring. That thing is watching this person write this right now. This can't be like a diary, this has got to be like a made up story, surely. I keep going to the doctors because at first I thought it was a hallucination, but the doctors are adamant that I'm in sound mind. The flat has started to rot along with everything it drips on, and I'm constantly panicking because I feel like it's going to suck the soul right out of me soon. I can feel my body getting weaker by the day, like it's siphoning my energy. I even look like I've aged dramatically. I don't know where to turn for help, but I really need someone to know what's happening. Well, I know now, but I kinda wish I didn't. 2nd of the 4th, 2013. It's still here, just staring into my soul. 3rd of the 4th, 2013. Nothing's changed. I laid in bed last night listening to its breathing until I finally fell asleep around 6 a.m. How is this person sleeping when there's something staring at it that looks like that drawing? I would be awake, like screaming for help outside in the street. I've never seen it eat, so maybe it will starve soon, unless it's my energy that it lives on. 4th of the 4th, 2013. Still here, still watching. I got drunk and asked if it wanted to drink. That'd be me, just like try and make friends with it. Nothing. I got on a train to the beach at 9 p.m. and it stayed in the luggage rack above my head, dripping on me and sucking the light from around it. It followed me all of the 10-minute walk to the beach. I ran across the sand till I got to the faint shoreline. It stayed on the path, staring and rotting the wall and the steps near it. I laid on the beach. This is the furthest we've been away from it. The furthest I've been away from it. The first time I've not been able to hear its breathing, just the lapping waves. So this person's lying on the beach and it's just staring from the path. 5th of the 4th, 2013. Still here. That's it, just still here. 6th of the 4th, 2013. Still fucking here. That's it. 7th of the 4th. Still effing here. Another drawing, oh my god. This is the 8th of the 4th, 2013. I need help. And just a drawing of eyes. Spooky eyes, might I add. 20th of the 4th, 2013. I went back to the room. No, don't go back to the room. This is why curiosity killed the cat. I went back to the room. It followed me all the way there, of course. I was hoping I could trap it there. This time, I could hear breathing round every corner, everywhere. Everywhere was rotted. I fell down a trapdoor that led me to identical corridors, all rotten and filled with the eerie buzzing and faint breathing again. I felt like I had a mission to accomplish and something to find. No, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. The thing was always somewhere in the distance behind me, in the dark, mouldy corners, just watching. I felt eyes on me all over. I heard a skull and a shriek behind me and began to run around every twist and turn I could. The corridors went on forever. I was so out of breath, I fell flat on the wet floor. got back up and started power walking until suddenly the air felt lighter and fresher. I stopped and this is a trap. This has got to be a trap. I'm getting all freaked out and tense. I stopped and tried to sense where the air was coming from. It seemed to be coming from the corner of one of the corridors. I walked towards it, and all of a sudden, I'm outside on the street. Has this all been in my imagination? I went back into the station and didn't know why it looked different, and I didn't recognise any of the staff. I went to the corridor where the door is to find it bricked up and painted over. What? Went back to my flat to find my key didn't fit the door and someone in there. I thought it might have been the landlord, so I knocked on the door and a guy answered. Said that it was his apartment. He'd lived there for 2 years. I kept squeezing my eyes shut and opening them again, double checking I was in the right building, and I was. Definitely my flat. I pushed past him, and when I got the flat, everything was different. It had been painted, there was different furniture, and the kitchen was even completely different. I went to the cupboard where the boilers are for the building to get myself together, and my stuff was there. My backpack, couple of bags, my backpack. That creeps me out. I'm putting these in the bin once I've finished this. A couple of bags of bedding, a bag of clothes and shoes. I looked around outside the room and realised that the thing isn't following me anymore, thank God. But the DAKE on the electric meter, the date on the electric meter claims it's 20th of the 4th, 2015. Oh my God, the writing's so like scribbly. I went out into the street to ask someone what year it was, and they said it was 2015. I don't know what is going on, but I think that thing was feeding off me and took 2 years of my life somehow, and now there is more of them all over the rooftops, in the street, and in the windows watching me. I went to the phone box at the end of my road to call my mum, and the number wasn't recognised. I came back to this room and I can smell and hear them in the walls and the corridors. Please, God, help me. And that's the last page. I don't really know what else to say about that, apart from if, you know, there's a dark room, a weird door, and just remember that curiosity killed the cat. I hope this person's alright, whoever it was, wherever they are, and I'm going to be sleeping with the bedroom light on tonight, so yeah, I couldn't be the only one who had to hear this. You had to hear it too, so yeah, thanks for watching, love yous,